How you doing?
What's good, bro?
Okay.
Hey, my brother, I got a question. You came up here. If I asked you your nationality, what would you tell me? Like Hebrew. Oh, so you know. So you know you're Israelite, huh? So if you know you're Israelite, my brother, why are you out here defiling your temple with cigarettes? If you know you're Israelite, why you defile your temple with cigarettes? So you happy being a sinner?
That's what I am, brother.
That's what you is? Hey, so why you don't want to be a man?
I'm a man.
You is a man? You know how the Bible tells us how we are conduct ourselves as men?
Sure.
The Bible instructs us how to conduct ourselves as men. No.
No.
I'm telling you that what's on it. Read what's on that package. Package you just bought.
I know, but Brian don't say you can't smoke, dude.
It's not about the tobacco that's in it. It's about who makes it and what chemicals go in it.
That's the point.
Process it and what it does to your temple.
Yep,
So
that's the point.
That's the point.
So you telling me that everything that you put in your body is right. The food you eat every day is right.
No, the Bible even tells you the food is defiled.
Okay.
The scriptures even tell us the food is defiled. But we're not talking about food. We're talking about a natural tobacco that you got to smoke.
We're not
playing word games. We're not playing word games. But I'm telling you, when you smoke, do you literally know what you're smoking and taking into your body?
Yeah.
What you taking into your body? I like to know.
Same thing you take into your body when you eat the food around.
Nah.
See, there you go. You getting food mixed up. You say you didn't want to play games, man. You miss your food. I was talking about smoking. You miss your food. Two different things. One is dietary and one is not. But you knew he Hebrew.
He didn't know. And if he does know, it don't matter. Like what John told the Pharisees, said, yo, don't say that you have Abraham as your father. Surely God will raise up children from the stones.
Hey, go back, please, Daddy, 7-7. Hey, sister, how you doing today? You good? You sure you good? I got some of the greatest news I can tell you today. You know Christ is black, right? Nope. Our people don't care. Our people don't care. You know what? But they don't fall on deaf ears. They don't fall on deaf ears. Hey, please drop that real quick. Drop that real quick. Go to Luke 13:3. We get into how long have I been teaching for? 20 minutes?
28 minutes.
All praise. All praise. About what now? Hey, I got somebody listening.
You said what?
Fofo listening.
Oh, yeah. God. Luke chapter 13, verse 3. I tell you nay, but except ye repent, ye shall all likewise perish.
So listen to what Christ say to the so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native American that don't want to come back keeping the law, statutes, commandments. Listen to what Christ have to say. That's right, your Messiah. The one that's supposed to come back, give you hugs and kisses. I hate to upset your day, but you are really mistaken. Christ is not coming back with hugs and kisses.
Facts.
He coming back with a sword.
Yep.
He coming back to put judgment on this earth.
Yep.
And you know how he do his judgment? He plead with you. You know how he plead with you? With his sword.
Yep.
You know what that sword goes into? That sword goes into death. That sword goes into death. So my people, they do like spiritual suicide. They are spiritually killing themselves. What I call it, spiritual suicide. The so-called black, Latino, Native American, that's what they're doing. Directly and indirectly. For those that know and for those that don't know. Because it's going to be worse for those that know and don't want to keep the law, statute, commandment versus the ones that don't know. But bring this out though from the top again, priest.
Luke 13, verse 3. I tell you nay.
So Christ telling you what?
I tell you nay, but except ye repent, ye shall all likewise perish.
Unless we come back keeping the law, statute, commandments as Israelites, and believing in the Messiah, we all gonna perish when Christ come back.
That's right.
We all gonna perish. We all gonna perish. Because you know why? What's over our heads? Caesar Borgia. Caesar Borgia. This image right here, you can't find this nowhere in the Bible. But however, in history books, you can find this illustration in their text of who drew it, who came up with it. But you know what our people hate to do? Our people hate to go to those that power and tell them to prove all things. But you know why? Let's go back to Deuteronomy 28 and verse 48 again, priest. This is why. This is why. That yoke of iron is still upon our heads. It's still upon our necks. We are mentally in captivity right now. Our people don't believe it. Our people think we're supposed to pay their bills. Supposed to sow their land, and they reap from the benefits. It's dead. But it's dead. What you got though? Bring that out for us, please.
God, Deuteronomy 28, verse 48. Therefore shalt thou serve thine enemies.
So there it go again. For the so-called blacks, Latinos, and Americans, you want to know why you serving your enemy? You're serving your enemies because you broke God's commandments.
Facts.
How we know that you broke God's commandments? Because the Bible tells the so-called black man he did. How we know that the Bible talks about the so-called black man real quick? Let's get some of these precepts. Let's get Song of Solomon 1 and 1 and jump down to 5 real quick. The Bible is black history. If you want to go around calling yourself black. The Bible is black history. But when you realize the people in the Bible, all of them will be considered of a color, of a hue, you realize that the history that you fit into is the Israelites. The history that you belong to, the heritage that you belong to, the land, the customs, the traditions you belong to, only pertains to the Israelites. But you know what? They ain't trying to tell you that. They trying to hide that. Because you know why? They happy with the condition our people in. But our people, the only way we got this condition, we come back keeping the law, statutes, commandments, and the faith in Jesus Christ,
right?
Black Messiah. Bring this out though, priest. Finish reading that up. Deuteronomy 28:48.
No, you call it Song of Solomon.
Oh, thank you.
God. Song of Solomon 1 verse 1.
Bring it out.
The Song of Songs.
So you know this belongs to song. This right here belongs to Solomon.
Which is Solomon's.
There you go.
Verse 5. I am black.
What did Solomon say about himself?
I am black.
What did Solomon say about himself?
I am black.
This is literally in the Bible. Solomon himself said he black and what else, priest?
But comely, O ye daughters of Jerusalem.
And he handsome. That right there was left for our learning. To let you know that the people that come from the tribe of Judah, they are what you would call today black. We got more proof. Let's get that real quick. Jeremiah 14, verse 2.
Jeremiah 14, verse 2.
Bring it out.
Judah mourneth.
And this goes into Judah. Judah, if you would come up here and look, Judah goes into you so-called African Americans. Because you're not African American. You do not come from Leo Scivios Africanus, and you do not come from Amerigo Vespucci. Two people that are descended from Roman lineage. They come from the line of the Romans. One was known as an Italian navigator, one was a Roman general. But same area, same demographic, same region, same people.
Both Italians, both Romans.
But bring this out though, priest.
Judah mourneth.
So Judah right now, they are mourning. How you know Judah mourning? You can look around us. Where you find the so-called blacks at? You find us in the prisons. You find us in the projects. You find us doing the servitude jobs. You find us collecting unemployment. You find us being the last hire, first fire. You find us eating all types of abominations. Where you find us? You find us in mourning. You want to know why? Because we left the law, statutes, commandments of God. But keep going, priest. Read that.
And the gates thereof languish.
And how we left? We left because of our leaders. Our leaders did not want to hold themselves up to the standards in the decree you find written in the Bible. They want to show themselves as men. Since they want to show themselves as men, we all went into slavery. We all went into captivity. But keep going, priest.
They are black.
Read that from the top again. I don't know.
Judah mourneth.
So Judah mourning. So what are the so-called black? They are Judah. Blacks are known today by our elders as the Judites you find out in the Bible. So you heard what Solomon called himself. I'm black and comely. He come from the tribe of Judah. And then you read about the tribe of Judah, how the whole tribe is known as being black. And what else?
The gates thereof languish.
And about these people, the gates thereof, our leaders, our black leaders, they failed us. Keep reading, priest.
They are black.
And we'll keep reading.
Unto the ground.
And the reason why it says unto the ground, because we all come in different shades. The deeper you dead, the darker we become. Just like we are. We come in all shades of brown. Is that it on that, priest?
No. And the cry of Jerusalem is gone up.
cry of Jerusalem is going up. And just to let you know, before the place, Jerusalem is also the people.
Yep.
The people, the cries are going up.
Yep.
But who cries is going up? Because our people think God listens to everybody. Priest brought this out yesterday. John 9:31. If the so-called black man, black woman want to know why their prayers are not being answered, the Bible explains to us. It's simple. Bring this out, priest.
John chapter 9, verse 31. Now we know that God heareth not sinners.
So this is Christ himself telling you about his Father.
No, this ain't Christ. This the blind man.
Oh, my bad, the blind man.
Yeah.
We'll bring that up.
Now we know that God heareth not sinners.
So this is what the blind man wants you to know about our God. That what?
That God heareth not sinners.
That God did not hear sinners. Is that it on that?
But if any man be a worshiper of God.
And you know how you worship God? You worship him in truth and sincerity.
Yep.
And that truth and that sincerity goes into applying law, statutes, and commandments. Finish reading that though, priest.
And doeth his will.
And doeth his will.
Him he heareth.
Him he hears.